Is he gonna walk? This is it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yo, what up? So we here, y'all. This is the last day. This is the last trial. Is he gonna walk? Is he gonna walk? Let's see if Diddy's gonna walk, man. This is the last day. Welcome back. We here again live. I'm streaming on this trial. Got a little background music playing. You know what I'm saying? Keeping shit fly, keeping it pimping. You know how I do. Y'all are back. I'm LeVar Walker. Shout out to everybody. Yo, Tampa, I'm on the way July 13th. It's going to be one of the most epic shows you have ever seen in life, as I have to prove myself to the world over and over again that I have jokes. Come out to Tampa, man. We here reviewing this Diddy trial. And today's episode is brought to us by Dunkin' Donuts. Shout out to Dunkin' Donuts for the free iced coffee. Here we go, guys. I'm just going to read off a couple of things. I've missed quite a bit. It's still early. It's about 8 a.m. The last thing that was said, Combs, Agnifilo, how was she kidnapped if she went home every day? Is the government alleging 5 separate kidnappings? Paulie drove her home, door-to-door kidnapping. The Southern Department of New York is charging this as a kidnapping. That is Diddy's lawyers laughing at these. I'm not going to cuss. That is Diddy's lawyers laughing at these people. This is exact. Let me repeat what Diddy's defense attorney Agnifilo just said. How was she kidnapped if she went home every day? Is the government alleging 5 separate kidnappings? Paulie drove her home. Door-to-door kidnappings. The Southern Department of New York is charging this as a kidnapping, and he laughs. That man coming home, man. Let's stop the cap. He coming home. 3 minutes before that, this is Diddy's defense attorney. If she's kidnapped, why does she want to go back and work for him? This is Diddy's defense attorney. Why does she want to go back to this Agnifilo? I'm giving it an Italian accent, huh? Why does she want to go back and work for this guy, huh? If it's a kidnapping. She's getting her nails down with Mike B. He's going to be mad at me. She says she called 1440 and said lock everyone in. She got the lie detector and Mike B did too. This is Diddy's attorney, Agnifilo. I think she meant she didn't want it to be platonic. She's out there. You could see it, she says. You know, I had the biggest crush on you. I think we misused our dope chemistry, huh? What is this, huh? They are smart. Diddy's defense team right now is slaughtering this whole case. I promise you. I promise you guys. This jury is coming back with a not guilty verdict. The man is coming home. Once again, do I condone any man putting his hands on a woman? No. But as a United States citizen, what I do condone is fair and equal justice for all. What I do condone is that you are innocent until proven guilty. What I don't condone is mob mentality. Because I don't like this guy. He should get life in jail. Because I don't like this man. Him getting life will somehow, you know, as I'm going to a shit job or I'm going home to a marriage I hate, him getting life in jail will somehow help that'll give me a temporary relief of my problems for 1 millisecond. because I get to see a former billionaire knocked down, a black man torn down. That helps me. Because that's how a lot of y'all are thinking right now with your mob ass mentality. And I'm tired of people coming at me, y'all saying the same things. It's redundant. Stop it. Let's see what we got. Let me update this again. They are shredding. Okay. This is 1 minute ago. Combs Agnifilo. You guys have the right to say, huh? That sounds like a stretch. Right charge it is to kidnapping. Come to whatever answer you think is the right answer. Capricorn leaves for a year. She makes more money. Then she comes back. Next, Sean and Cassie are having freak-offs. It's December 22, 2011. Cassie has 2 hotel rooms. Combs, look at her non-burner phone. Sees a message with CC about Cuddy. Maybe call Scott in the text. Something about hiking. Once again, the circus continues. The circus continues. The federal government has nothing. They don't have shit. All consensual. Combs Agnifilo, this was 33 minutes ago. We did not cross Jane about it either, but domestic violence is not charged. If he was charged with that, he would have pled guilty. He did that, but he did not do racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He did not kidnap or bribe anyone. Combs Agnifilo. The first person to say this was about domestic violence was Cassie Ventura. She made an Instagram post. She said, thank you for your love and support. The domestic violence is the issue. She could have said anything on her phone or tablet. Before the defense closed, what about the laptop of exhibits? This shit is over with. What a waste. What a waste of taxpayer dollars. I would ask the people of New York, when you go to that voter poll, make sure you vote these assholes out. You say he didn't? He didn't deliver. Get the fuck out of here. Diddy ain't done. Explain to me how he handed him to the belly of the beast, bro. None of this makes sense to me, man. They calling a spade a spade. They have nothing. It's all he said, she said. No hardcore evidence. Look, you say drop the link. Are you an attorney? Are you an attorney? Oh, hey, two guys, listen. I'm gonna be at Tampa, man, July 13th. Get them tickets. All right, cool. Damn. What's your email address? I can invite you on here. We can discuss this. Tell me your email address. Can you send it to me or something? I can have you come right on this screen. You send me that email address. Maybe I can, hold on. Look, here, I put this in the comments. But then I ain't gonna know who you, here. That's a link to my StreamYard. Hit that link and come in. Well, I don't see it, y'all. I think he coming home. I'm sorry. Listen, get those tickets, man. July 13th, Tampa. Comment Tampa. If you on any of these pages or DM me something, say Tampa, and I'll send you a link to get these tickets. We're moving these tickets this morning too, as well as going over this case. They talking about the gun situation right now. Agnifilo. Sean Combs has nothing to gain by having a gun and everything to lose. He's already Sean Combs. Capricorn would love if stayed employed if he pulled a gun on her. No way. Didn't happen. No gun. Who is just the facts? Y'all could come on here. I don't care. Click the link. At a Kappa. At a Kappa. At I don't know the name, but click that link. I just put the link up. Y'all can pull up. Nisha, I don't know when I'm coming to the Bay, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this all out now. I don't know what the hell my agency is doing. I don't know. Look, well, click that link and tell me why he's done. Because I don't believe you. What you mean I'm lagging on Twitch, bro? Educated paper. I'm gonna let you know when I'm coming back to Atlanta. I'm lagging on Twitch, bro. Explain. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. You gotta help me. Let me see what I got. One hour. Sean has nothing to gain by having a gun and everything to lose. He's already Sean Combs. Capricorn would love to have stayed employed if he pulled a gun on her. No way. Didn't happen. No gun. Cuddy didn't say that Capricorn said Combs had a gun because there was no gun. Cuddy didn't tell the police about a gun. It was written up as a trespass. That's all. There's no gun. Capricorn's story falls apart. You backstage? Is this you and just the facts? Yo, what up?
What's good, my guy? What's happening?
I'm good. Is this you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's me. I don't know why what do you call it? It keeps on showing two names, but I don't know what's going on. But
so are you an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, first off, where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Cornell.
And undergrad?
Pardon me?
Where'd you go to undergrad? Cornell. Law school?
Harvard.
Damn, okay. All right. We got a Harvard lawyer in here, guys. Yes! Are you a criminal attorney? Or what kind of attorney are you?
I specialize in construction law right now.
Okay, cool. So tell me, because I believe that, and look, I'm a lay person. I am dumb. Okay, I'm just a meathead comic with a PharmD degree in pharmacy. When it comes to this case, from what I've seen, it just doesn't seem to be a RICO. And I'm coming from the standpoint of a lay person. So I would have more in common with the jury, I believe. So tell me what I'm getting wrong and tell me why he's going to jail.
Wow. Well, to be honest with you, there's different stereotypes that people have when it comes to RICO. And the best way I can explain to you is about 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, the feds actually had a RICO on police officers in the state of New Mexico who were basically giving a lot of DUIs to a bunch of minorities. Now, somebody would say, RICO, police officers, minorities.
Oh, brother, you Nigerian too. I hear you Nigerian.
No, I'm from my father's from Ghana, but same thing, same place.
Gee, I thought you were Niger, brother.
No. Most technically, I am from Nigeria. My tribe is from Nigeria, and then we moved to Ghana.
Igbo? You Igbo?
Yeah, I'm Yoruba, but same
Yoruba.
people. Same.
Love it. Okay.
So just to I just cite that case just to let you know that the feds are gonna go after what you call police officers just to make sure that minorities are not getting wrongfully DUI charges. Then you can tell that it's easy for them to go against people who are in the music business who are so-called gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just the stereotype that people think that RICO is it's just reserved for gangsters. which is, and you can actually argue that Diddy's a gangster, but that's neither here nor there.
So, brother, explain
Right.
to me why you feel he will be convicted guilty. Explain.
Okay, so I feel like he's going to be convicted guilty right now is because automatically I can tell that the closing statement that his lawyer is reading, it wasn't written by the lawyers. It was written by Diddy. I could tell that. I could automatically tell that. And that's just because no lawyer is going to come to courts and not address the issues. If you look at what Mark is reading, it's like a journal. It's like a journal entry that Diddy wrote, and then the what do you call it? That he's reading. And as his lawyer, he can only do what Diddy told him to do. But it's not. They're not putting up a legal defense, and it's based off that alone. I know he's going to be convicted.
Can I ask you this?
You can ask whatever you want.
Is his conviction up to the judge or the jury?
His conviction is up to the jury.
I really don't believe in my gut that those 12 people are going to convict this man, bro. Oh, I think like as an attorney, and you're a great attorney. Right. I mean, you Harvard Law. Right. You have a more technical view. You have a more legal, like you studied this. These people are just going off of perception, like me. I don't believe it, bro. I don't.
I don't think you're familiar with the profile of the jurors. Are you?
It's 8. All I know is it's 8 men and 4 women.
Yeah, but if you look at the profile, one of them is a professor who's a professor in neuroscience. One of them is a investor analyst. One of them is a physician assistant. And then, I could go on and so forth. One of them is also a therapist. And then most of these people are above their 50s and 60s. So just like you're saying, if you look at their background, these are people who, are going to be looking at the facts and make technical,
a technical informed decision.
Exactly.
I really believe you got 8 men on that jury. I think literally from whatever background those 8 men might be from, I think you'll get a hung jury. I don't see these 12 people saying yes, he's guilty. I don't see that. I don't feel it. I would bet my last dollars that.
You see, one of the reasons that Diddy's team was trying to fight for the other gentleman who also happened to be black to stay on the juries, because he was a correctional officer, and then on his profile he said he loved hip hop. So that guy.
but even that I felt in a way that was unfair, because you've had this man sit for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
First of all, the defense has called 3 mistrials. They found a lady blatantly lying on the stand, which should have triggered a mistrial. Right. I just don't see it, bro. It's too many holes in the prosecution. Then yesterday, the prosecution has somehow, I don't know, sequestered the jury or told these people how they can convict him on the RICO.
Okay. So that's the part that I think the average person doesn't understand. So it's just like math, or just like anything else in life. When you're trying to do something, they try and tell you, hey, these are the rules. This is what you got to do. If this happens, if A happens, do C. If B happens, do D. And based on that, without question, they're going to, Diddy's going to get life without question. So for instance, when it comes to the drugs, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's drug use, it's this and this and this and that. It doesn't matter. That's not how they're going to.
Dude, he wasn't selling the dope. He was using the dope.
I understand, but that doesn't make a difference. That's the problem.
but even to me with like this whole shit to me just seemed like a sham. It seems like if I'm giving this man a RICO, it seems like what should have happened was he should be profiting somehow, some way, and holding people against their will. There's no way these people should have been able to go home. He should have been. When you talk about trafficking people, you're selling them like you're pimping or selling the people.
That's not the definition, guys. That's the problem. But I'll just say this: Would you agree that the camera footage at the Intercontinental Hotel showed that Cassie was being held against her will?
No, because when they played the whole video, he walked one way, she walked another, and then ran back towards him, bro.
Did you see her? Did you see him drag her?
He dragged her, but he did not drag. Like if you watch the whole 15-minute video,
I'm asking if you saw him drag her.
He pulled her, but he let her go. He let her go.
That's force.
I can't.
Even if you go to physics, force is pulling.
and also to that whole domestic violence act, I believe, was outside of the statute of limitations. It should not have even been presented in this case. Now, look, I don't think he's a good guy. A lot of people be like, yo, LeVar, you sticking up for him because you want him to rub oil on your ass. No, I don't. I'm fighting for what I perceive to be justice, bro.
Domestic violence is a form of force and coercion.
Should a man get life? To be honest,
yeah. Should
a man get life in jail for domestic violence?
No, he should not get life in jail for domestic violence. But that's not the charge over here.
Bro, I can't. I just don't.
That's not the charge over here. That's not domestic violence.
I'm not saying I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, smartest guy in the world. But like I said, and I've studied science, and I know you told me these other people's backgrounds. I don't believe these people are convicting this man. I think this man is walking. I 100% believe this man is going to walk. I believe right now this jury is, because look, in the beginning of this, when I first saw the video, as a comedian, I went in. I'm on stage killing this man. I'm tearing it apart. I started following this case, doing the live updates and watching the live on Inner City Press, Twitter, and reading all this stuff. And nothing to me was making sense. The defense were killing these witnesses off during cross-examination. These people were getting crossed up. And being a person, let me tell you something too. I work in entertainment, bro. I work in entertainment. As a comedian, people are presented with offers, okay? If a guy comes to me and says, hey, LeVar, I can put you want the big movie? You want the money? Well, give me your asshole. I have a decision right there to say yes or no. This is what is happening. This shit keeps going on. These people are sacrificing their integrity, their assholes for fame, stardom, and money. And when it does not work out, we got to sue. We got to get paid. These same people that sacrifice all this will not spit on a regular working person. All these people that are going for or trying to stand up for these alleged victims, wouldn't have spat on y'all ass in 2019. They wouldn't have spoke to you. They were at the gate for you to get into the party.
I get your point. I get your point, but I think it would be unfair if we said Cassie and Jane brought the police on, or brought the feds onto Diddy. Because as you know, a lot of people have been saying, how come they never went to the police? So it was a situation where, Jane was living her life. Cassie was also living her life. The feds came knock on the door. They asked them, hey, we realized you filed, I'm talking about Cassie. We realized you filed a civil lawsuit against Diddy. You're investigating the case. It appears that you might be culpable. Do you want to be on Diddy's side, or do you want to come and tell the truth and we'll get to the bottom of it. And what would Cassie do? She decided to tell the truth. What did Jane do? Jane decided to tell the truth as well. But let's not put it as if Jane, and Cassie went to the fence and knocked on the door. And also, let's also not forget that, Diddy had an opportunity to shut all of this down. When Cassie's lawyer reached out to him and said, "Hey, Cassie's interested in putting out a book. Do you want to buy the rights?" And Diddy said no, and they filed a civil lawsuit, and then he settled within 24 hours. That's what opened up the can of worms right there. Isn't that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this situation, who's at fault? Diddy.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Just for that, bro, like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, don't you see extortion in this on her side? Like, look, you either buy the book or you don't, or I'm filing this lawsuit. Like, it's crazy. This case.
So that's normal. That's normal. That's called a demand letter. But if Diddy did feel like it was extorting, he's welcome to file a lawsuit. He didn't file a lawsuit. But that's normal though. It's called a demand letter. That's not
to me. I don't even feel like this case should have been brought in front of a grand jury. I feel as if the attorney general at that time of the Southern Department of New York was overzealous. I feel like we're in a world where attention is a commodity. And I feel like now we're in a world where if I'm a big attorney and I can catch a big fish, then hey, that's what it is. I hit the jackpot. I hit the lotto. But this man is more so being prosecuted to me because of his success, because of his fame, and because he was mean to people. Because throughout this whole sham, throughout this whole circus of a trial, in the testimony, Diddy told these motherfuckers, you can leave. You can leave. You can quit. You can go. I don't get it. You know why they didn't want to go? Because they want the private jets. They want the money. They want to be around the celebrities. They want to sacrifice their integrity. They want to sell them assholes. So I have no empathy. I have zero empathy for these people, bro. I'm in this business. In my career, and I ain't blown up or no shit, but I've been there, bro. I've been behind the scenes. I done been kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? And I done been cold. I'm cool right now. And I noticed when the phone will ring, it'll stop ringing. It's all fake. It's all a sham.
I agree with you. LeVar, I agree with you completely. The only part where I disagree with you is...
Bro, this man ain't done nothing wrong, bro. I just cannot... He's done nothing wrong, dog. You can leave. Hello? Bro. I think he must have got some bad. This was a great conversation. Ron, what up, man? All I'm saying is, I know my attorney homie is gone. I don't know what happened. But all I'm saying is, y'all, just from me looking at this, I don't see, this man does not deserve life in the penitentiary. I'm sorry. And if he is convicted and gets life, I will still stand on this. I'm saying, no, he doesn't deserve it. I don't believe it. This is a hill I'm willing to die on. And if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Once again, I don't condone the baby oil and this and that, but bro, where you went? Man, we was having a good conversation. Yo. I'll put the invite out again, bro. Come back in. I'm going to put that invite back out. Yeah, bro, he just like private shows. And then even with the sex work, he didn't even have sex with nobody the whole case. He just sat there and played with himself. I don't know, y'all. Let me see. I cannot see any educated person convicting this man. So let's go, because I missed a lot while I was talking. Combs Agnifilo. This was posted about an hour ago. The assistants were moved by Sean Combs. It was like Harvard Business School. He pushed me hard. Did they always like him? No way. Let's not even go there. Did they like him? No. But they loved him. Even the ones who are suing him, they loved him. Sean Combs is a self-made black entrepreneur. He has built real businesses that are so outstanding that others create partnerships with them. We heard that from Derek Ferguson. It's hard to be Sean Combs. How many witnesses said they were moved? Combs and Nivlo. She's a woman who loves sex, and it's beautiful. She is unafraid. Let's talk about Kid Cudi. He came in here. I'm not meaning to be judgy. Cudi comes here and he says, Cassie played me. She did. She played them both. Not everyone can do that. Combs and Nivlo. On sex, they found each other. It's a beautiful thing. You won't find a single text where she says, I didn't like that sex. It was an 11-year relationship. The issues were jealousy and other women, but they match up when it comes to sex. Swingers. Combs, Agnifilo. What's in the car? Molotov cocktail. Why not show you the glove? I am suggesting something. Yes, the investigation stopped. It's terrible. 2 fingerprints. What happened? Well, I don't know. You're going to determine his fate on arson on this? Capiche? The DNA was consistent with the female contributor. That witness was not helpful. If it had come back consistent with Combs, they would have bragged about it. Investigator Jimenez never followed up. He tried to find Cassie. They killing this shit. I'm sorry. They are killing this. Oh, man, I didn't even go live over there. This is crazy. I didn't go live on the gram that whole time. Y'all missed a lot over there on Instagram. My bad. I didn't turn the damn thing on live. Sorry, guys. And there we go. Let me see. Yo, what up, IG? I see y'all just tuning in here, man. Right now, this is the last day of this trial. Diddy's defense, Mark Agnifilo. I'm giving him an Italian accent because he's an Agnifilo. So he's going in right now. And to me, I still feel that Diddy will walk. And I'm just updating this and giving you guys a live minute-to-minute update in regards to this trial. Okay, Combs and Nivelo. Here's an email. Why is she calling him Sean Puffy Combs? Huh? For some later proof. She doesn't mention any car. Forget about it. Let's turn to the London Hotel. If you want to go to someone's house, it's not a kidnapping. It's unfair. Cassie is public too. So basically, the defense attorney is saying, how do you kidnap someone and let them go home? That's not a kidnapping. That's not a kid. That's what he's saying. That's not kidnapping. People are going home and coming back on their own free will. I do not think this jury is coming back. If anything, it's going to be a hung jury, bro. So right now, the defense is going hard. You back? Okay. We got my turn. Bro, what's your name again, bro?
It's just the facts, man. For this purposes.
Okay, just the facts. We got just the facts back in the
back end. I give you my government on the back end.
Okay, bro. Just the facts is a attorney. He graduated from Harvard Law. Genius brother. We just disagree. Just the facts. Who is an attorney, guys? And like I said before, I'm just a meathead comic who believes Diddy will walk. Just the facts, however, does not believe he will walk. He believes, and you believe this man is going to get life. What do you think the sentencing will be?
Well, I think he's going to get life for sure.
That is sad, bro. You believe he deserves that?
I don't believe he deserves. I don't believe he deserves that. You know what I mean? I don't believe he deserves that. But to be honest with you, like I'm saying, you know, this is one of the things that I find very interesting, and I hope will happen is that it appears that a lot of us are not familiar with the laws of the land. And you know, America is one of those countries where even though it's very hard to try and change the laws, it's at least easier than most places in the world. So, you know, for instance, you know, like, you know, people are not familiar with the Man's Act. I don't think people are familiar with the Man's Act until what happened with Diddy. Are you familiar with this gentleman called Jack Johnson?
Oh, yes. The black boxer who was dating white women and taking them across state lines. They came up with the Mann Act for him because they were jealous that he was messing with white women. And this was in the late 1800s, I believe.
Yeah, about 1910.
Well, he was one of the greatest boxers. He was knocking out white boys and taking them. So they came out with a law.
Yep. And I said that to say this, you know, just like you said, Jack Johnson was the first black heavyweight champion of the world. He was, you know, quote unquote, he was the first Diddy. He was the first like superstar guy doing it up. Now, the day that he got arrested, that white woman that you're talking about, that was actually his wife. It wasn't like just some random girl. Just by taking his wife across interstate commerce or across interstate lines, got him arrested. What do you think is going to happen if you are having different guys? You know, listen, man, it's real simple. Let's think about it like the Tupac case. You could be Tupac. You could have a girl on the dance floor dancing with you. She goes into the room. You smash, everything is cool. But then your homies come in. And then when your homies come in, you leave the room and then your homies smash. Whether you know, we're not sure whether it was consensual or not consensual. But if the girl comes out and says it's not consensual, Tupac, you're gonna find yourself in jail and you're gonna be convicted. It is no different from this situation. If you bring in escorts and stuff like that over here, and the girl smashes the escorts and stuff, is there a possibility that she wasn't attracted to this particular escort? Is there a possibility that she wasn't down to do the freak off at this point in time? And giving her that power to the point where it's he say, she say, it's not a position you want to be in. I also give you another example. Like, let's say we're talking about the Harvard stuff. Yeah, you know, like, you know my background. You know, since I'm from Ghana, Nigeria, most of the stuff that they were doing in university over here, we did this stuff in high school. So that shit was easy to me. So it'd be very, very easy for white girls to come up to me and be like, yo, can I study with you this and this and this and this and that? And I'll be like, hey, you got to sign this waiver. Because if you're studying with me at nighttime and this and this and this and that, and we're drinking and I come on to you, I don't want you to go and say, oh, you know, you sexually this and this and this and that. So you have the paperwork and you also have it on video.
Well, just bro, to protect yourself. They signed all the NDAs and stuff, bro.
Well, here's the thing, though. They didn't sign no NDA for the freak off, man.
They did, bro. Like they signed them. I even think Cassie got NDAs on it, but it don't matter when it comes to the crime.
Yeah, what we're talking about, I think what you're talking about the love contract where they signed, where, you know, did he say he was going to pay 10 racks and stuff like that? That's what they signed, but they didn't sign anything for the freak offs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's another thing too. Yeah, man. You know, and here's another thing. And this, like you said, is also a crime. You can't be like flying, you know, escorts across state lines and stuff like that, man. That's prostitution.
Well, that gets a little sticky, and I'll tell you.
Doesn't get sticky.
I'm gonna tell you why. The escort services. Now, here we go. Escort services did not offer sex for sale. They offered companionship. The escort services offered companionship. So when you're flying, if I fly you from state to state for companionship, and then you come see me and through a consensual relationship, we have sex, or you have sex with my wife through air quote a consensual relationship, that's different, bro.
I understand. Cowboys and angels may not have any liability, but the escorts, as soon as you go over there and you have sex with them, you've committed prostitution. And that's why what's his name? What's that guy's name? The Punisher.
Well, hold on. Is it? Well, first of all, the Punisher, it wasn't trafficking because he lives in New York.
No, I said prostitution. I didn't say trafficking. Prostitution.
Well, is it?
Yes, man.
Well, I mean,
don't you forgot the governor of New York? He had to step down.
He can't. The guy comes over to dance. He was really a dancer.
Yes, but then on the stand, he said he had sex with them. That's the problem. He told them the truth. You can say that on paper, like, yeah, I just came to dance for you, this and that. But when you're under oath and you say, yeah, I had sex with her, and Diddy told me to do this, and Diddy said this and that, you snitched. That's the problem. He came and said he had sex.
Listen. I'm going to agree to disagree. I think.
No, I mean, isn't that what happened though?
I think, especially in New York, all these rich, powerful businessmen who use escorts daily, all over the world. Like, this is a little bit. Judge Mathis said that trafficking, like flying a prostitute out, it carries like a 1 year sentence, bro. Like he said, it's very light. He said, Judge Mathis said, if anything, they should have got him on a domestic violence state charge and called this a day. This is what
you told Judge Mathis. I said one count of prostitution is 10 years, and all he got to do is just go to Google. I don't know what's going on with him. Anybody could go to Google right now.
So why shouldn't the prostitute? Well, I guess they gave the prostitutes immunity. Hey, bro, I think, bro. I think at the end of the day, bro, this is gonna be a hung jury.
I give an example. So you know, the Punisher did an interview with Cameron. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that shit, nigga.
I think that might be the one where. I think that was the one where Cameron asked him, like, yo, man, how your DMs right now? And he was like, yo, my DMs are popping. But of course, I can't do anything. Why? Because if he's on the Fed's radar, so he already knows better. He's already on the Fed's radar. Yeah.
Yo, real shit, nigga. How was that pussy though, nigga?
Yeah, and all of that stuff, you should have answered any of that shit. You see what I'm saying? You can't. You should just be like, nah, man. I just went over there and I danced. She played this song for me.
Dude, I get what you're saying, dog, but I just couldn't be on that jury as a lay person, as an educated lay person, and get his man life for nothing. I couldn't. I think there are real victims in the world, and I get it, the technicalities and all this and everything you're saying, but I would have stood up. Like if I was on that jury, I would look all about the jury. I say he's not guilty. We can sit in this bitch today or till next year. I don't care. I'm not coming back with a guilty verdict. I think at the end of the day, bro, this goes to either not guilty, a hung jury, or a hung jury, bro. Are you
familiar with this name, Elliot Spitzer? Did that name ring a bell?
Yeah, I heard of him. Who was that?
Elliot Spitzer was the New York, was one of the New York governors. He had to resign because of prostitution. So I'm just letting you know, like.
Yeah, but he was the governor, bro.
He's the governor, right? Well, what a public office. The law is for everybody.
I think Diddy's saving grace, bro, is there are 8 men on this jury, bro. You got 8 men, bro. I don't see 8 men going, yeah. I don't see. You might have 4, but it's no way, dog. I don't see it. I feel it.
What do you think about one of the things I think Diddy messed up on, which is another reason why I think Diddy's in this position is, do you remember the situation where Cassie's mother came and testified that Cassie told her that Diddy was threatening to release the freak off tapes unless they paid $20,000, and that she had to go take a mortgage out on the house, and they wired Diddy the $20,000. Mm-hmm. When they were in court, and Diddy's lawyers were about to give their defense, Diddy waved them off. And so on that particular charge, they didn't even give a rebuttal. So that charge is clean cut. 20,000 extortion, that's clean cut. And extortion is one of the predicates of the RICO. And I don't understand why. I could get it. Maybe what Diddy was thinking, don't antagonize the mother or whatever legal strategy that they're trying to come up with. But not saying anything at all on such an allegation, it's very, very, very difficult. And that's one of the reasons why I think Diddy is being a narcissist and not allowing the lawyers actually to do their job. You know what I mean?
So you saying he in his own way right now?
Yeah, because why wouldn't they say anything? They can't. You just can't have people come to court and then they say they wire you $20,000. They even use it in the closing.
But I was talking to some criminal attorneys, and they said they would not have did a cross examination on Cassie's mother either. That's what a criminal attorney told.
That's right. But then you're gonna have to take the L on the $20,000 extortion charge. Because what did the jury have to debate about? They just have
the thing about the extortion charge is, people get emails, and I know you part Nigerian. You get these emails for money all the time. This guy is running a huge company. Thousands of people have emails. So did it really come from him? That's all I'm saying. I think I'd be all right criminal attorney. Did this really come from him?
What do you mean? What really come from him?
The email.
Oh, no. So I'm saying the email was...
Did it go to his bank account?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Did it go to his personal bank account?
No, it went to the company's bank account, which is even worse.
And how many people have access to that account?
How many people have? No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. So
no, I am. But how many people do you think have access to the business account?
According to the testimony, they gave us 3 people: him, the CFO who testified, and then one other person that he mentioned.
Okay, so the 3 people. So are we sure that the other 2 people couldn't have just wanted to steal 20 grand?
So, LeVar, this is my point. Just like the way you're bringing up these objections, they should have done that. They didn't do that. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't bring any doubt. What is the jury going to go by? That's what my point.
So, bro, I feel you technically, bro, but I just feel in that, and I'm a Virgo, right? So I have strong feelings about this. I just feel like in that jury, I think these jurors are exhausted, and I think not all of them, but if you got 12 jurors, I think 6 of them are looking at this as a circus, and they want to go home. They want to get to the 4th of July, and I feel as if this case should have never been brought. I don't see these people looking through a lot of these technicalities. I think they're going to say, well, she got 20 million. I really think he's walking. I would bet my last that he's going to walk. And I don't know why.
We can bet some money if you want to do that.
And it's like,
we can donate to some charities if you want to do that.
The feds must just have they don't want to lose. I don't know, if they lose, maybe heads roll or people don't get reelected or what happens. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I just don't think this case, I don't believe it adds up, bro. I just don't. I don't think any of these people were held against their will.
You don't think the $100,000 bribery and obstruction of justice with Eddie Garcia is going to go down?
Eddie Garcia, what
Eddie Garcia is the security guard from the hotel in LA that got the $100,000.
Well, that was look, the guy has a fight. He's a celebrity. Look, man, I just don't want this to get out. I'm not looking.
Hey, LeVar, man, let me tell you something, man. That's one of the things the feds hate the worst. You don't want to get out. You want to obstruct justice. Yeah, man, that's one way to get them pissed off.
But I know, but you're thinking, and I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking more as the body of the jury. Like, I just feel that they're gonna let him walk, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. When it comes to the body of the jury, people are thinking they're gonna use discretion. They're not gonna use discretion. It's like you go to elementary school and they tell you 2 times 2 is 4. You just go like, oh, okay, all right.
So explain this to me. So is the prosecution going in there like with a whiteboard, telling the jury, look at this, look at that, look at that? Yeah. Okay, so does the defense also go?
In all fairness, so all the elements. So let's say all the elements and all the rules that they have to follow. The prosecutors and the defense, they've been arguing this shit for like months. So all the instructions and stuff have been agreed by on both parties. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not a situation where the jurors are going to go and the government is going to be like, oh, if you see this, say this. No, it's going to be like the jury is going to be told that the government and Diddy's team have all agreed that when you see this, this is that. When you see this, this is that. And that's why, to be honest with you, I mean, this is how crazy it is. The government is so sure of their case. That's why they decided to even make it a lot more simpler by saying, hey, let me try to simplify it to you this way. Let's say you shot somebody, right? The government had it this way. They put it this way. Whether you attempted to shoot the person, whether you aided and abetted having the person shot, whether you did shoot this person or whether you had a conversation about shooting this person, find this person guilty. Which means that's why they said attempts, aiding, abetting, and conspiracy. They made it so simple because the average American is not going to be able to understand. Oh, this is the elements of aiding and abetting.
But hold on. If I'm a juror, and right now the prosecutor said, "All right, let's throw out the arson, let's throw out the kidnapping, let's throw that other one out too." If I'm a juror, I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all. He's not guilty. If you're throwing stuff away, no, your streamline is not working, bro. I don't think we're considering these people's fit. They're human beings who are going to have prejudice. They're going to judge this themselves, bro. And I think with them throwing shit out, it's more confused. They think they simplifying something, but they're not. They're not. Because it's either he's guilty or not.
When you're doing the work, trust me, it's simplified. So just so you understand, that the racketeering charge still includes arson, kidnapping, and trafficking, right? Mm-hmm. But the aiding and abetting and the conspiracy has been canceled to make it easier. If they have decided to leave that on, bro, all of them, that's all of them.
It's not them deciding to leave it on. They're not leaving it on because there's nothing there. You think they just dropping it because they're his friend? They don't have nothing, bro. That's why. They're not doing this man no favor. They don't have shit. Matter of fact, he even went to trial because they offered him a 5-year plea deal, bro.
No,
they offered him a 5-year plea deal with time served.
They can't have no 5-year plea deal.
No.
Listen, the minimum he's facing is 15 years, man. This ain't no joke, man. This ain't, and it's the federal sentencing guidelines. So it's not like the judge he'd be like, "Yo, Diddy, you're serving a good time, blah 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 blah. We're just gonna give you 8." It's black and white. It's the feds,
bro. These jurors are thinking like everything you say from a technical standpoint. is sound. I think everything you're saying, you're talking from a technical standpoint. I'm talking from the feelings of the people. And people have feelings. People are going to judge this emotionally, no matter how they try to. And then to me, it seems like with the prosecution, the more they try to say, well, you know, you want to do it like this because of that, the more complex they make it. It's almost like, did somebody kill this person or they didn't? You know what I mean? Like, even when you look at the OJ case, OJ basically got off due to Rodney King. They just switched it to racism. You know what I'm saying? And the jury knew he did it, but they didn't care. In this case, I feel as if these jurors are going to go, no, this man does not deserve life in jail for any of this shit.
You know, honestly, in the OJ case, I think, you know, the state of California has come and agreed that they did a very, very poor job. The prosecutors did a very, very poor job in trying the case. So
these prosecutors are horrible. The Southern District of New York has failed, bro. I believe
this has been a masterclass. Has been a masterclass, man. Masterclass. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
Masterclass. And trust me, I love Diddy. And you know, like I said, you know my background. So most of all of this shit that they're talking about, I just know where I'm at. I just know exactly where I'm at. So
but I believe because you are a brilliant attorney, you went to Harvard, you have, I think the technicalities of it can bias your opinion towards the feelings of the jurors. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'll put it this way. Just like you said in the beginning of your stream, you believe in America, you believe in the justice system. Mm-hmm. I believe in America and I believe in the justice system. And I believe that when you pick 12 of our peers, they're going to base their judgment based on the facts. And they're not going to base their judgment based on emotion. If that happens and they base their judgment based on emotion, then our judicial system has failed.
But bro, even the facts don't add up to me.
Like, can you explain which one doesn't add up?
None of it, bro. Like, bro, you literally put a RICO on a man, and in the RICO it states that this man, through a business enterprise or business and criminal enterprises, used a business and criminal enterprise to satisfy his sexual desires. And there were no children involved. These are all willing, grown ass adults who said, well, I couldn't get a job. You know, if I would have went against, I could have get a job. Nigga, you could have worked at Walmart. What you talking about? You couldn't get a job. What job? Oh, you couldn't get the glitzy, glamorous job. Like, I don't feel sorry for these people, bro. I just don't. I don't think any hardworking American citizen should have any, and I mean any, empathy for these people, bro. Because you can walk away. The people don't walk away. You know why? Cassie and the assistants and the people didn't walk away when he told them to leave? Because when they turned around to walk away, they saw a line of 20,000 people like it was Six Flags. And they said, man, I don't want to get off this ride. That's why, bro. And then too, I think with the internet age, we are in an era of transparency. You talking about this girl, Cassie. She couldn't go nowhere. He hunted her down. He bought her back. She couldn't go anywhere, but yet she marries the help. She goes off, cheats on the man with the help, marries the help, and has 3 children. And this guy is still alive. He's still alive. There was never a tape released because the whole thing, well, if I leave, he gonna release a tape. A tape never came out. And these people are living. Come on, bro. Come on.
In all fairness, Let's call Alex Fine. He was the personal trainer. Let's not call him the help. But to be honest with you,
bro, that man hired that man, bro. He was the help.
No, I get that point.
The man was the help, bro.
You know what? You know what I think is going to happen in the next 5 years?
What?
I think Alex Fine is going to divorce Cassie and take half the money in the next 5 years.
He will have to, like, yeah, you set up there, bro. Because Alex Fine, understand, bro. You're like it's very hard, I think, for most women. A woman can go up in lifestyle. It's very difficult for her to go down. And I get it. Maybe Alex Fine, maybe they can afford a first class ticket on the plane. But that motherfucking private jet, that shit different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you sitting up here, nigga, you the husband, and you done had kids. This woman done been ran through, bro. On top of the fact that she was introduced to Diddy by
Ryan Leslie.
That was her boyfriend.
Ryan Leslie is one of my friends from Harvard.
Exactly. This was her boyfriend. Ryan Leslie, sharp, smart guy, brilliant brother. She with him. She looked across that table. What does she see? She see opportunity, baby. She see the stars. Fuck him. I'm on to the next. Right. And you stayed because you wanted the fame and the lights. But then what happens? You go off married. You got your kids and shit. Oh, I forgot. You see Diddy. Now he popping up with who? Young Miami. Young Miami got a TV show on Revolt. Young Miami got songs out. Young Miami looking good. She on the red carpet. You telling me that bitch ain't in that house with them kids and this broke motherfucking trainer going, oh, hell no. I let these men, we laid up with people and people peed on me. Oh, and you don't think Alex Fine, white ass, didn't lay in that bed? Say, babe, we need to get him. We need to get him, babe. You don't think that white motherfucker didn't pull out a whiteboard with a red mark and say, this is the plan? Shit, man, fuck that. Free Diddy all day, dog.
I believe you. I agree with you that's a possibility.
And I get it. And as you say, I get it because listen, you guys, this brother's from Harvard, brilliant brother. I'm a meathead, but I have to stand strongly and firmly just on my feelings, bro. That's all I'm saying. So
no, I get it.
I still think in my heart, this man will walk. I think Diddy kids and Kanye are gonna pull up in a van. He gonna drive off to this new hot album that Ye just dropped with King Combs, and it's over, bro. And hopefully, Diddy at this time, you know what I mean, because he was on drugs during this. You know what I mean? He know nobody's this man's friend, and then the whole industry is fake. You know what I'm saying? And he's just experiencing it. He went to the bottom. He touched hell's floor. And I don't think he's a good dude. I think he has messed over people and done certain things, but I think his karma has been paid back going through this public humiliation, being in the MDC for damn near a year. I think that is his karma. I think he will be whole. And hopefully when he gets out, I know when he get out, he's going to find God. He's going to go to the church. He's going to put out an album, a hot gospel album Kanye produced. Kirk Franklin's going to jump on the track and niggas are going to fall in line and he will be Diddy again. I promise you. This is what's going to happen.
That's a possibility.
Remember,
he needs to come out. He needs to come out with some baby oil.
He can definitely do the baby oil. I will buy it. Okay, I'm gonna buy the oil.
And then you can squash the beef with 50, and they can do a docuseries about his life.
So, bro, tell me about you. Graduated Harvard Law School. Yeah. How many people were in your class?
Oh man, like close to about 85.
How many black?
Oh man, about five people.
How many what? Because you consider you was born in America?
Yeah, I was born in America. Yeah, my mom's American. Yeah.
Your mom is full American.
Yeah. We're from New York, from Brooklyn.
Oh, cool. So how many African Americans out of the 5?
Out of the 5?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, none, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's insane, bro.
And you know the craziest thing? The craziest thing was like everybody was trying to be like, yo, I'm from this part. And as soon as I said I'm from Ghana, they go like, oh yeah, my people from Haiti. Oh yeah, my people from Haiti.
So they was repping like, yo, man, I'm from Cali. I'm from Cali, cuz I'm LA, you feel me? Did they switch on the accents when you said
yeah, exactly. No,
Cali,
I accept them.
like, brother, I am from that too.
You know, I accept them as African Americans or whatever they want to claim. But to answer your question, I know what you're trying to ask me. Like, you know, how many people are really, really, really from, you know what I'm saying, really from here. And like that. There was nobody.
How difficult was Harvard Law School?
It was easy, man. That's what I told you. Because, like, you know, when I'm from Ghana, you know, I was from Ghana, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I'm from like the bottom. You know what I'm saying? This shit was like, it was too easy. You know what I'm
saying? So, and you passed the New York bar?
Yeah.
First time? That is, bro.
It's too easy, man. Like,
what were they teaching y'all over there? Y'all, I mean,
so then, you know, the main difference, what do you call it? I have some of my classes and stuff that I really share with people who are interested. If you give me an email, I can share some with you. But the big deal about it is it's just about case study. It's just about like real life practical stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody can figure out what's in the book and stuff like that. Before you come to Harvard, everybody's a scholar. So it's not really about that. It's about finding like new forms of like ways of thinking of different things and coming up with new information and coming up with new companies and splitting the wealth with your friends and wearing whatever you want and just telling everybody to kiss your ass. That's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, simply. Right. And I'm happy with all my friends from Mark Zuckerberg who are doing Facebook and all the guys from Instagram. And
wait, what year did you graduate?
I graduated 2006.
So you came out with Zuckerberg?
We were just, you know, we were around the same, you know, same friends, same buddies, stuff like that. The first came out with Facebook. The funniest thing.
If you would have gave him just $20, dude, on Facebook back then, just $20.
Listen, let me, and this is how, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Wait, hold on, bro, because I got to run the restroom. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Hold on. All right, hope I wasn't gone too long, guys. So, bro, hello?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what Zuckerberg was like, man. You was cool with him or what? How was that?
Yeah, man. So here, you know, here's the craziest thing about everything. So let's say we're chilling on campus. Next thing you know, they're talking about there's a new app that came out that's rating all the baddies on campus. Mm-hmm. So you can rate, you know, you rate the baddies on campus, and then now you can message the baddies. Because people like Mark Zuckerberg, they were considered nerds. So it's not easy for them to like walk up to a girl and start talking to her. But it's very, very easy for you to be behind your keyboard or behind your cell phone and send a message and like, you know, the DM stuff. So it was called face mesh. And when they started face mesh in Harvard, most people thought, yo, man, these guys are corny dudes, man. Like, yo, why would you come up with a website to rate chicks? Don't you know the chicks are gonna get pissed off at you and stuff like that? And then, you know, this and that. So people didn't really take it serious. People thought he was like a corny dude until they pivoted and then it became Facebook, where now, you know, people and stuff like that can communicate with each other, and then they spread to all the other Ivy Leagues, and then it became what do you call it, universal. So to be honest with you, in the beginning, it's just like most things, you know what I mean? Unless you're like in that inner circle and stuff like that, you think shit is corny, you know what I mean? But for the people who like, you know, understood what was going on, like for instance, I tell you this, I represent a bunch of athletes and stuff, and I actually represent one of the most famous founders in the world. And I got a deal from Mark Zuckerberg. He hooked me up with Meta. You know what I mean? And that's just because of our relationship. Like, yo, Mark, man, what's up, man? Hook me up, yo, put me down, this and that. On our next fight, we're gonna promote the metaverse, this and that. Let everybody know about the Ray-Bans and shit. Yo, let me hold 3, 4, 5 mil, my G. Yo, you got it, yo. What's up? What's the Harvard thing? Oh, yo, you represent this and that. Oh, cool, yo, we got you. This. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's just about making friends and stuff. And even all these people, like, listen, the people who are going against Diddy, I know people that know them. And I know those people. And they're people of integrity. They're not going to come. Ain't nobody got time. Listen, they represent the United States government. They got a lot of things to handle. But when people are calling in the office, you don't forget about Tony Busby and how we got here. People are calling the office, 200, 300 people. They're creating the hotlines. This person said this person did this. Diddy did this to me. Diddy did this. Cassie filed a lawsuit. Diddy coming on Instagram. Oh, I hit rock bottom. I'm so sorry. They have to investigate it. They have to. That's their job. And when they investigated it, this is what came out. So it's not like they were just sitting down and they were like, yo, let's go get Diddy. We're pissed off at Diddy. Diddy, you ain't got that much money, dog. You ain't got that much money, man. This boy's in Harvard and shit like, I got more money than you. You're just not even talking, man. You got 300, 400 mil. That's like the 25th or 35th person Harvard hired on Facebook.
But look, let me explain. It's not about the money, bro. Attention is a commodity. Mm-hmm. And in today's times, attention is a commodity worth more than oil. So to me, and this is because we are just in an attention economy where there's a Saudi billionaire who has everything in the world, who's probably worth more than Zuckerberg, but he wants the attention of Drake. You know what I'm saying? Or attention like him. So to me, it's more of a thing of, oh God, it's Diddy. You know, he cool. Let's get him. You know, it just feels like that to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Now look, let me ask you this too. You went to Harvard. Did Zuckerberg steal Facebook from the Winklevoss twins?
Yes,
he did steal it. Wow.
And in all fairness, he made amends by they had a settlement and he compensated them. So that means he admits guilt and he also broke down some bread.
How much he broke?
If I recall correctly, and I can look it up, the number that comes into my mind is 100 million or is it 30 million? One of the two. Oh, they're twins. So I think
that's like 38 cents. Bruh, that's like 30 cents. 100 million? Man, come on, bro. To him, to what Facebook and Instagram brings in monthly.
But don't forget, how much was the idea worth? It was Mark Zuckerberg who did all the coding to get it where it went. So just because you came over and you hired some guy who was good with a programmer and you gave him $400, $500 and you gave him a piece of paper about the concept and you get $100 million, that's a good return. You understand? Mm-hmm.
Bro, Facebook brings in 15 billion per month in revenue, bro.
It was a settlement. In other words, they both agreed. They didn't have to agree.
That is insane. I mean, but it's still, I could use me $100 million. I tell you that shit, but Jesus Christ. Well, that's what's up, bro. Are you live in New York now?
No, I'm overseas on vacation. That's why my lights went out.
So do you live in the U.S.?
Yeah, I live in the U.S. I'm just on vacation, man. You know what I'm saying?
What part of the U.S.?
I live in New York and I also live in Texas.
Oh, New York and Texas. Oh, cool, bro. Well, look, man, how you been following me for a minute or something?
I think I seen your name pop up like a few days ago. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, yeah, I'm a comic, man. I've been doing my thing, comedian. Pharmacists used to be pharmacists, and
nice.
Yeah, man. So YouTube me, bro. You know what I mean? I'm streaming right now the new season of Comic View, hosted by Mike Epps on BET. Also, Shaq All-Star Comedy Jam. I'm in the movie Uncle Drew.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, couple little accolades, man. You know what I'm saying? A little something, something. So, man, it's a pleasure
Awesome.
meeting you, bro.
Man.
DM me your info. I know you didn't want to give your name. Let me know who you are.
Yeah, for sure,
When
man.
I'm in New York again, you got to pull up on me at a show.
For
I just
sure.
did City Winery there this year, so you got to.
I want to ask you about this. I have one more question for you because
Yeah.
I seen this in the paperwork, and nobody's talking about this. And I'm willing to show you the paperwork right now. But how you feel about your boy Diddy snitching to the feds, giving up names, man?
Who is it to tell him?
Oh man, he's giving up names, man. He's giving up names.
Shit, listen, man. I'm not. First of all, I'm not a street nigga, so I don't know. I don't really know who he could tell on with anything, but hey, there's no honor amongst thieves. Number one. So I've never got into criminal activity, but it goes back to the proverb: there's no honor amongst thieves.
No.
And I'm not gonna sit up here and blame a man that's facing the rest of his life in jail and he got children. Fuck him. It's what it is. When you choose that lifestyle, once again, I'm about people. When you make a decision, hold your decision, understand what comes with the decision. So if you are doing the criminal enterprise, you doing something nasty with somebody else, and you know they can tell, hey, it's what it is. But I don't know what you can tell on.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I will call the police on a nigga. I don't mind. I will call fast. I don't mind. I don't do street shit. I will tell. You will go to jail. I will sue. I will get you. Any nigga no messes with me is like messing with an old white woman. So. Everybody want to be tough as street, and even with the street rappers, like when you look at like the Young Thug case in Ghana, right. Nobody cares anymore, bro. We in 2025. Nobody cares, bro. Right. People want to hear good. Either you got some good music or you don't. They don't care if you done deleted a bunch of other black people in the street. It's cooked. Street life, street mentality is done. It's a symptom of poor black people in the ghetto. And I grew up as a poor black person in the ghetto, but it's a mentality that has to be broken or my people will perish. And I am all for breaking the mentality. I'm from Chicago, South Side Chicago. I'm not going to no motherfucking old block. I don't live far from. I didn't grow up far from. But I'm not going there to pat them niggas on the back or to fucking give them a ribbon for harming their own kind and having nothing. I'm not doing that. So if he told, so be it. I'm still getting with Sean John.
There's something I want to share with you, your viewers, that I think you guys might find it helpful. See if you can see if it shows up on your screen. I think I'm trying to show my screen real quick.
Okay. I had that before prison. Oh, let me move.
Let's see. There you go. Okay. So one of the ways, you know, if you want to stay on top of the case, one of the ways I suggest you do that is you can go to DiddyDockets.com. Docket is just spelled DOCK. Let me see if I can actually scroll up and show.
Scroll up a little bit because I can't. You can scroll up.
Does it show the URL? Is it over there?
I don't see the URL.
Oh, okay. Let me see on my. Oh, so
if you want, do a copy and paste and put it in the.
Okay, okay. You can see Diddy Docket right over there next to the icon on the top left.
DiddyDocket.com. Okay.
Okay, so that's where everybody could go now.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Now, oh yeah, that's the jurors that I was talking about and everything like that. Now, what I really wanted to show is, let me see if I could go there again. Right here, you see where it says review the case filings and read the case documents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is where you can get all the information, all the stuff they're talking to the judge, the lawyers, this is where the fight is happening. But on this particular one that I'm showing you, let me see if you could you see the part where I'm highlighting right here?
Yeah.
What does it say?
prominent black man.
Okay. If you just, I think anybody who's a minority should read this. So this is docket 325, and then you go to it. And I'll summarize it for you. Basically, just like you were saying, and everybody can read it for themselves. I also highlight this right here. A clear case of selective prosecution, blah, 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 this and that. On this particular case, Diddy was saying that, hey, I'm a black man, I'm a billionaire, the feds are coming for me, and this is not right because of this is selective prosecution, this and that. And the judge writes back to Diddy, and he tells him, "Hey, man, if you want to claim that the government is coming after you as being a black man, this is how you do it." So the judge gives the formula on how to do it, because Diddy's lawyers, they didn't do it the right way. But that's what the judge is supposed to do. He's supposed to correct it. So for anybody who feels like, as a black man, you're being discriminated against, this and that, and you want to prove it in the court of law, all you have to do is read this case, 325, docket 325, and it breaks everything down to. Now, for our purposes, because I know, you got to go and you have a show to do. What I want to share with you right here is, I'll let you read this first 3 lines. You see where I highlighted?
Yeah, Combs doesn't have evidence of either discriminatory effect or discriminatory intent based on his race. On discriminatory effect, Combs offers up several examples of prominent individuals whom Combs believes may have violated 2421 and were not prosecuted. Combs says race is the reason he was prosecuted and they were not. The government responds by pointing out that these individuals aren't similarly situated to Combs given the sex trafficking allegations against him. The broader pattern of alleged racketeering activity by Combs, that Combs allegedly transported victims and not just commercial sex workers across state lines, and the lack of proof that Combs exemplars committed acts meeting all the elements of the statute.
You could read all the way down there, but and just like I was saying, you see the part where it says Combs gave up names of some prominent people that he believes, that's the part where he's snitching. Basically it's like telling the government, like, yo, man, these people flying out chicks too. This guy, this dude is flying out.
I mean, because I don't see, like, this is a part of the game. Like, this just entertainment. You got football. You would have to lock up the whole NBA, the whole NFL. You would have to lock up all of Congress.
But you know what the government response was, LeVar? Just like when you read everything all the way down there, the government's response is, yeah, they may be doing that, but nobody said they have a problem with it. And that's a fact.
And
that's what I'm saying? You think the feds don't know Shaq and them are flying people out?
Right.
They're flying people out. They ain't got people saying they've been sex trafficking and asking you for $30 million, and then
do you want to know Diddy's real ace in the hole? You want to know the real ace in the hole?
Tell me, bro.
Today I got news.
Oh yeah.
That I'm gonna be pardoning Sean Diddy Combs. He's done nothing wrong. One stroke of the pen, he's out. Pardon, full government pardon. Trump will pardon this man.
Oh yeah. Trump will pardon. Trump might pardon Diddy.
Is pardoning Diddy. They can come back with the guilty verdict. I promise you, Trump is pardoning that man. Kanye in the studio with the Combs boy, and if Trump has any allegiance to any of these rappers who now they all Trump supporters.
I agree with you, LeVar.
Kanye went down there with Jim Brown.
I agree with you, but I think you left a major part out.
What's that?
Diddy, we're gonna pardon you, but I just checked the bank account. We ain't send that 200.
So you think Trump gonna want 200 million for the pardon?
Man, they're trying to take his hotels in New York and stuff from mortgage stuff that he hasn't paid and all that. And then also, you forgot what Diddy said about him?
What he said?
Oh my God, man!
Look,
Like
man,
that shit right there.
but look, bro, listen. Everybody has gotten into it with Trump.
No, man.
Everybody.
LeVar, what Diddy said to you got to go watch that. No. There's a difference. Listen, how can you say that if Trump becomes president, there's going to be a race war and he hates this and this and this and that, and like you took it like all the way too far. And it's okay. Trump already said it's okay. He's the president right now, so he's the president of everybody. But you already know his business, man. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to put up $50 million for the bail money. You know what I'm saying? And you got life. Don't worry, man. Just send that money to the presidential campus or the presidential museum. We'll get you out. You know what I mean? But don't think it's gonna be for free. Nah. Some of that bad boy money got to come to that Trump family. You heard? And that's how the game gets played. You know what I mean? And that's how they're gonna put Diddy in his. I gotta play that video for you. That video he said. You remember how 50 said he was gonna have a meeting with Trump to let him know? Yeah. 50 already posted the video on YouTube and tagged Trump so he can see.
50, nah, bro.
But my point is, I'm not saying that Trump is not gonna
party. Who you think Trump gonna listen to more, Kanye or 50? Who you think he listening to more, Ye or 50?
I think he's listening. He's listening to 50 more.
Nah, bro. 50 didn't have, dude. Ye had Trump back when he first ran. I'm talking about when the world was against him, bro.
But then after he started, doing the Nazi stuff and everything like that, and talking about his cousin and gave him fellatio and all that stuff. He's wilding out right
Elon Musk, somebody just said it. That's a great point. Elon Musk has spoke worse in the past about Trump, bro. Everybody done fell out with Trump. Don't be.
Elon Musk hasn't spelled anything bad about Trump. He just said the facts. If Trump was in the Epstein files, that's a fact. That's not saying anything worse about him. That's a fact.
Yeah, but Trump will pardon. Trump.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you that Trump will pardon. I'm just saying it won't be for free.
200 million. He needs.
Yeah. Oh, I put it to you this way: it won't be for free. It won't be out of. Yeah, that's my point. It's not out of the kindness of his heart. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be like, "Yo, Diddy's the homie. Let's get Diddy out." He's not like,
bro. Who did Trump pardon?
Like
you think Kodak Black sent Trump some money?
I know he did. Yeah. I know he did because they've been talking about it. They sent it 1 million. That's what he said, man.
Kodak Black said that?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. They can't keep their mouth shut. They can't keep their mouth shut, man.
I didn't know Kodak sent that man $1 million, bro. That's crazy.
Kodak Black is from Florida. Mar-a-Lago's in Florida. It's easy for his lawyers to contact him. Man, come on, man. This is what Trump do. This is what Trump do. This is what he do. Listen, come on, man. Listen, Trump is the first United States president to ever take office and not take the salary. Even though I respect the salary, it's $450,000. But as you all know, I didn't really get into power for $450,000. By the time you run to become president, right now, to become United States president, if you do the financing and stuff like that, you gotta have $1 billion. $1 billion is what you need for your campaign. So obviously, they're not gonna spend $1 billion just to come for a salary of $450,000. They want the position for connections and obviously to do some good, but they really want the position for personal connections and stuff. You know what I mean? And this is how the connections come through. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you.
If Diddy beats this, how do you think he's acting? If he beats this, because
if Diddy beats this,
yeah.
If Diddy beats this, he should take his plane and fly all the way to Indonesia and become best friends with Russell Simmons.
Oh, bars.
Because I put it to you this way. Man. If you want to talk about people being vindictive and you want to talk about human nature, even though I wouldn't put it past, I think these people are good people. But if you guys want to keep on antagonizing them, the government took an L, Don't forget, man, they have all of Diddy's conversations for the past 20 years. Like they can catch you on whatever they didn't even charge him in the gun case. You know what I mean? Like it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious for the feds. Like, they got him, they didn't get him, or they got him, or they didn't get him. It's not a big deal. We move on. These are the same people who put, the same people who put Justin Epstein and Justine Maxwell in jail, the same people trying Diddy, right? You know that, right? Yeah, so this ain't like, this to be the first rodeo. And then they also use the taxpayers. They're using our money. Yeah, they're using our money. So somebody's going to have to explain why you had 85 to 100 federal agents go to Diddy's house, ransack the place, everybody sending their timesheets.
Homeland Security.
Yeah, we do all of this stuff, and then he's found not guilty. Of course.
Well, hold on. I want to read a couple of things because I'm keeping up with the cases going on right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read something.
Go ahead, man.
So we have all our jury. We start in 5 minutes. Let me see. We are here 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm trying to see because Agnifilo was going on. Anyway, well, this is the most recent. Shapiro. This is Shapiro, the defense attorney. We asked you to do it then, not now. It would suggest Mr. Agnifilo did something improper. Comey. This is the prosecuting attorney. It needed now. Let's get our jury. Sean Combs leans over, whispers to Agnifilo, takes note. All rise, jurors re-enter. Judge, before the break, it was suggested you should consider why this was charged. That is not proper. I will be instructing you on the law, Mr. Agnifilo. Mr. Agnifilo, now we'll talk about Mia. She loved working for Mr. Combs. This was not forced labor. I don't know what the hell they are now. Yeah. They say the DNA was it. Yeah, they throwing out the Molotov cocktail. Yeah. You are prepared to proceed with the defense's closing. Yeah, I guess it's winding down. I don't really. That was the last thing said. I've been talking. I'm off. Let me see.
I stopped. What do you call it? I was watching it. I couldn't watch it, man, because I was like, yo, man, I just felt too bad. Because I was like, yo, Diddy's worked hard all his life, and then in the end, this is the defense they come up with. All the money he's spending. I couldn't do it, man. I was like, yo, man, like, dude, they delivered him, man. I swear to God. They delivered him. And the only thing I could think about was Diddy wrote this shit. That's because ain't no way any lawyer gonna come over there and start talking the shit you were talking about, man. Ain't no way. You gotta listen to this shit, man. Ain't no way. You know what I mean? Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way.
So look, something popped up. This is Combs Agnifilo. I keep doing this voice in Italian voice. Remember the birthday video we showed up? She was bubbly popping. That's the real her. You are free to conclude she put on an act here. If Mr. Combs felt it was improper, he would not threaten to tell Cassie. It was consensual. I guess he must be talking about Capricorn Clark. Oh well. This is it's still a circus to me. I don't know.
It's crazy, man. But here's another thing too. So like I was saying, when people get time, they should check out the Diddy docket, because there's a lot of stuff on behind the scenes, and once you start reading the dockets, you start getting a lot more information. You start seeing where Diddy's lawyers feel like they're losing the case, and they're begging the judge to throw this out, this and this and this and out, and you get a better understanding. Most of the people who are talking on YouTube and stuff like that, they don't. They're just talking hearsay. They're not really like being objective and looking at the facts. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, so you guys could look at the facts. You know what I mean? Check it out.
The Diddy docket, guys. DiddyDocket.com. Check it out, man.
Diddy docket. And then, to be honest with you, I give you the most important docket. The most important docket to me is how the jury, how the judge is gonna instruct the jury on how they're gonna make their verdict. And you can find that information on, let me see what docket number it is. Yeah, it's over 300 dockets. So
explain what a docket is.
A docket is just like the paperwork.
Okay, like a document.
The docket. Like, yo, man, go check the docket and pick up paper, exhibit, blah, 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 blah. It's like, Yeah. This way you can get all the paperwork because you don't want to be talking smack if you ain't seen the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So like for instance, when I say, "Yo, Diddy, you're snitching," Diddy, you are snitching. You're giving up the names to the so, and you're giving up examples. And the feds said we're not interested in that because this is that. And the feds also gave a list of all. They get a list of all the white people that they picked up who had similar crimes. They're like, "Yo, Diddy, you talk about race shit. We picked up this dude, picked up this dude, picked up this guy. You're all white." Yo, but LeVar, you want to know somebody who I think is the coldest in the game?
Who?
This guy called Mike Jeffries. Mike
Jeffries. Oh yeah. Mike Jeffries' ass called dementia.
Yes.
And like I did a video about that. I said, I'm sure those assholes he assaulted fondly remember him. You know what I mean? Like, because he in his 80s, right?
Yeah, and LeVar, you want to know something crazy?
What's that?
The feds wrote to Diddy and they asked Diddy, before we file a charge on you, we want to know if you have any mental illness. Diddy said no. And then they came back. They came back later and tried to say yes. And I'm like, "No, Diddy, no!"
Yes, I'm sick. I have a sick mind. I can bear. I'm glad you asked that. I can barely. I've been talking to myself.
Yeah, because Mike Jeffries and them, you know what I mean? Yo, like that. He's the kind of person they got to put him under the jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. He's taking male models and stuff like that, drugging them, smashing them. People who are not homosexuals, he's making them like he's the worst. But he had his game tight. He had all his lawyers and stuff like that, have all the medical records and everything ready. Listen, he was so cold that even the legal fees that he has to pay, he had a contract with Abercrombie and Fish that says that any criminal charges that he has, Abercrombie and Fish has to pay it. You're telling me that guy has dementia?
Do you think they're coming back with a verdict today?
Oh man, I think so, man. It's possible, man.
Yeah, because I don't think they want to. I think these people ready to get up out of here. It's the 4th of July coming.
Yeah, they got paid. They got paid $50 a day. Thank God, most of them are retired.
How much are they getting paid?
$50 a day.
Shh, man, I'll be mad as hell.
You know what I'm saying? But the good news is that most of them are retired, and I think they probably did that on purpose. But just like you said, yeah, man, you get paid $50 a day. You're 35.
They all know, bro. They all know about Diddy, bro. It's impossible. You're not telling me these people are not going home, watching certain documentaries. You're not telling me they're not watching Facebook. You're not telling me they are not seeing how the court of public opinion is changing, and how the court of public opinion is not swaying their decision in deciding whether this guy is going to get life in jail.
That's
impossible.
I put it to you this way. I have a funny feeling Diddy's lawyers told him, "Hey, man, we might need extra amount of money so we can hire some private investigators just to watch these jurors while they go home. And in case they start having a conversation or we see them on the internet or anything like that, we can bring it up so we can get a mistrial."
But you can't, like, what? I mean, what are you going to do? Take my phone?
Yeah, you can hack in. Yo, it's private investigated. Listen, it's Diddy's life. Like, if they can go into Kid Cudi's house just because he's smashing him, play with the gifts. Trust me, they can take some pictures of somebody's watching TV. Like, yo, you see Juror number 5. Here's pictures of him watching TV. Kick him out. Or, you can tell if people on the internet, on your IP address and stuff like that. Because they're not supposed to be on the internet. They're not supposed to be on their cell phones. They're not supposed to have any visitors. You know what I mean? This and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, if Diddy's smart, he would have private investigators to, like, figure that out. To bring it up and be like, "Hey, man, just like, but like the guy who the correctional officer, he was talking too much. Why did he go and snitch on himself? He went and told the court clerk that he was in New Jersey. Why are you even talking to the court clerk, bro?" Doing too much. Our people, they be doing too much. You won't just shut up and just go to the court thing, listen, and then give your verdict, and then after that, do your interviews, do your book, do your movie deal, and get your money.
You get it.
Now you're over there, they're questioning, my girlfriend lives in New Jersey, blah, 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 this and that, and it's a black thing, and it's this and this. Oh my God. Just shut your mouth up. Shut up.
Shut up, bro. This is wild. What a wild case we're having, guys. We're here. You guys are with me, man.
This is the part where sometimes I wish we were in Africa, but sometimes, in Africa, you can slap somebody. Hey,
you know, I performed in Nigeria.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, with you familiar with Basket Mouth?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Basket Mouth called me, man. Yeah. He called me. He's like, I was like, man, I thought it was a Nigerian scam. And then he called me. He said, brother, I want you to come to perform. I said, bro, I said, are they gonna understand me? He said, yes. He said, you talk slow, they will understand you. I said, brother, I'm coming. I got to perform in the motherland, bro. I got twins over there. I saw about 4 or 5 of my twins. I swear to God.
Yo, Max Smith, man, he's a good guy, man. He sells that shit in London, all over the world.
Basket Mouth is him, man. Yeah, good, man. Very funny. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Yeah, it was love, man. Shout out to all my people in Lagos.
Yeah, he can bring out 5,000 people to 10,000 people in any major city all over the world.
Oh yeah, man. Bro, I kicked it with you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't familiar with him, but going around the city, I saw how big he was. Like, hey, boss man, you know what I mean? Like, he was showing love. I went to his house. It was love, man.
Yeah, man. That's all love, man. It's all love, man.
Yeah, bro. Well, cool, man. Let me get out of here. I'm about to wrap this up, brother. Send me your info, man. Love to meet you, man. Appreciate you with all this input.
Appreciate the hospitality, man. Appreciate the hospitality.
Nah, bro, it's all love, brother, for real. So
yeah, man. Until next time, man.
Yes, sir, bro.
We pray Diddy gets a fair trial and may justice prevail.
May it prevail, brother. All right, man.
Peace, man.
Be good, bro. No doubt. Yeah, that was great, wasn't it, y'all? That was great. Thank you again, bro, for pulling up on me, man. Yeah. But I'm about to get out of here, man. Y'all get them tickets, y'all. Wait, let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me read a couple more on this case. Agnifilo. He created a remarkably special place. He moved people in their hearts and souls. When Mia is told she's being fired, that she is going to leave the special place, Mia, my life is over. KK, OMG. What the F, Mia? That's not funny. Racketeer and co-conspirator KK writes, Mia, answer your phone. I'm going to call your parents. That last thing she wanted to do was leave, and it's forced labor. Let's turn to drug distribution. The U.S. said personal use is a distraction. This is a damn circus, man. Diddy and 7. I'm out, guys. Listen, man, get those tickets, guys. I'm going to be live in Tampa, July 13th. Pull up on me, get those tickets, comment on any of these pages of Post Tampa. I will DM you a link for the tickets. Tickets are moving. Shout out to everybody in Tampa. We're going to have a great, great time. I go by the name of LeVar Walker, comedian, pharmacist extraordinaire. Call me if you got any questions about side effects, medications. I'm up out of here, man. Diddy is 7. Call me.